A fly died swimming in my painting. Well, now it's a part of the art. He went for a swim from the art from a fella named Jim. I kind of wish I could see the whole painting now, though. Does he bring something to it? I mean, look, he added his own strokes to it. It's kind of cool. Even, he gave his life for your art, man. Be appreciative. Is any of this really even remotely interesting? You know what? It's my job to find out. So without any further didgeridoo, I'm going to take a look. This love heart-shaped lightning bolt my wife photographed last night. Honestly, for a split second, I thought it was going to be that dumb-ass image people post on Twitter at least 3 times a year saying, "I'm Thor, and you're watching Disney Channel," I thought it was going to be that one. How the hell is it a different color from the rest of the lightning? Did you alter that, or was God giving you a sign? This small cauliflower I got in my weekly vegetable box. That is small. That's adorable. What the hell? Oh my God, something's in my throat. Perfectly circular from above. Perfect ellipse from the side. The perfect river stone. My God, you were not kidding. Don't ever get rid of that damn thing. My son has a hidden birthmark of a wave that's only visible when he's tan. Where was he born? Was he born in the tube of a great Hawaiian wave? Is he just a killer surfer? Blaschko's lines? We all have them, but generally they are invisible. Very cool. This slice of bread has lips. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, they really, truly, they weren't kidding. Oh my God, that's so gross. Why? Anybody want to practice making out on the slice of bread? I trimmed my broom, and now it looks almost new. Well, I guess that can happen when you get rid of all the stragglers. Look, everything needs maintenance. We know that. I talk about that sort of thing all the time. You have to clean and maintain every little single tiny thing you own. Now, this week, I'm really hooked on air purification. I'm all about air purifiers this week. Next week, it might be broom maintenance. Who knows? I have an identical singular bump on the inside of both of my feet. Now, I do want someone to explain that one. Also, for free? Yeah, we had to make the joke, right? Every single time we see feet. That is odd. Is that just some kind of genetic thing, or does it just so happen to be perfect bug bite placement? It's called pasogenic papules? I've never known how to say that word. The bumps are caused by fat herniating, usually becoming more noticeable if you've been on your feet for a long amount of time. Perfectly normal to get. Well, now I won't freak out if that ever happens to me. I won't assume that I'm gonna die because I have 2 feet tumors. Cipher I found in my school newspaper. Congratulations! To celebrate your graduation from Penn, here's a puzzle. The following text is in English, but written in an invented writing system inspired by Japanese. The first to decipher it will win a $1,000 prize. Please tell me we get to see it solved. What does that even mean? That is the funniest thing I think I've ever read. This text is in English, but we wrote it in fake Japanese, not English. Is this supposed to be solvable without getting hints from the Instagram account? If not, this just seems like follow bait. The color difference on these 3 identical products. And it's vodka. I mean, it's a mix. Okay, so it's a refreshingly tart cosmopolitan crafted with vodka and triple sec. Why are they are so different? What am I getting here? Hell, the bottle on the far left looks like a different bottle. It has a thinner base than the other 2 as well. Man, what's happening to quality assurance, dude? My corn husk had 2 cobs inside. So did mine. You're not special. Why? Country girls make do. You're damn right. Look, the goods exist in nature, fellas, okay? It's all your friend. Randy Peaches is a great name, by the way. Yosemite trees growing in crack. I knew that's what it was going to be. Like, I knew that's what they meant. But for some strange reason, there was a part of my mind that went to trees growing in a field of crack somehow. Met a crow with a twisted beak today. Hey, whoa, why do you gotta make fun of the guy? No, that is, it's clear that he's able to survive with that, but that's more than twisted. That is very, very different. Kind of looks like Daffy Duck after he got a shotgun to the face or an explosion or something like that. And then he just twists it back to normal. Mosquito impaled itself on my arm hair. My man, what the hell are you made out of? That's insane. You have mosquito-proof body hair. You're God. My dog lost a tooth that looks like a dog. It does. From this angle, it looks more like half dog, half frog. The head looks a little little frog-like, but of course the rest of it looks dog-like. Very weird. Bought an eggplant with a nose today. Well, that's, you know what? Wait a minute. I was gonna say, this looks kind of like all of the residents from the, I don't know the name of the town, I've never played the game, from Super Mario Sunshine. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? This looks like all of the residents of that damn town. Again, I don't know the name. I have only ever played and finished one Mario 3D game. Okay, it's not true. I played most of them, but only beaten Mario Galaxy 1, okay? Odyssey I've played for a couple hours, lost interest. Sunshine I haven't even touched. Whatever. My dad was Apple employee number 1,851 in 1981. You know, that is actually crazy. Was he able to get, like, I know he wasn't like employee number 4 or something like that. But is this just a cool memento, or does he have anything really cool, like a bunch of money from his time at Apple? Was he able to get stocks or anything like that from the company during his tenure? How long was he there? This kind of reminds me of, I believe he was employee number 40 of Amazon. He was younger than I thought he'd be. He was probably like 50, 51, which doesn't sound right. Because Amazon's not new. They're like 30 years old or something like that. So God only knows. But he said he was employee number 40 and he was retiring. I was like, okay. Dairy Queen not taking EmKay because of air show. Cash only. On June 28th through the 29th of 2025, the sonic booms from our Blue Angels knocks out our credit card machines. We will only be accepting cash on these dates. Sorry for the inconvenience. That's odd. It's a credit to them for figuring out what it was. You know, they got to the bottom of it for sure, but that's just interesting, isn't it? How does that even happen? I mean, I guess it's kind of like when maybe a couple weeks ago there were a couple of fighter jets that in their infinite cool wisdom flew really close to our neighborhood, which, you know, sometimes they do it anyway, but they were low. They actually set off 2 car alarms with their boom, but I didn't know it could affect things like a credit card machine. So color me impressed. My father found over $40,000 inside of an old furnace. Well, I don't know what the protocol is for that. I hate to say it, but if I found $40,000 hidden inside of a furnace, my first thought is not to tell anyone. I'm not telling anybody, okay? I don't know what the actual legal process is here, because if it's in your furnace, in your house, I'm assuming that's where this was. I mean, actually, that looks like an industrial furnace. Who knows? I don't know what the process is for this, but my first instinct wouldn't be to be telling anybody about it, okay? I don't know. Will I get in trouble? Are those marked bills? I have no freaking clue, honestly. Used tear gas canisters I picked up at the LA protests. I mean, that's cool. That's an interesting memento. It looks like you're gonna try turning them into some kind of prolific art piece, though, which I think is really cool if you do end up going that route with it. But, you know, I never really think about that. Do the police come back through and clean up all of their I really doubt it, but it seems like something they should be required to do. You know, these massive canisters used to harm people, it would make sense that they should be required to come in and clean it up. But knowing them, they're not gonna do that ever. My wife's shorts have holes worn through the pocket where she carries chapstick. Dude, this sort of thing drives me crazy. I know it's probably unavoidable and whatnot, but I do wish some pockets could be slightly reinforced or something. Every single pair of jeans I've ever purchased has a giant phone shape on my right pocket. Sue me. I like to carry my phone in my pocket. I mean, I've been getting a little more side bag, sling bag, whatever, coded recently, or whatever you want to call it, but I still sometimes prefer just to be able to use my damn pockets, and I'm kind of tired of my pants, jeans, shorts, whatever the hell I'm wearing, having a giant rectangle infused in the fabric now. My ex-race horse's identification tattoo on her upper lip inside of her mouth. Interesting. Not at all very strange. Why do we still do horse racing? I mean, I guess this horse is out of the game, thank goodness, but why is that a thing, man? Why? We stopped greyhound racing, didn't we? Can we stop horse racing, maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know, how cruel greyhound racing was versus horse racing or what. Hotel provides free condoms. I'm gonna keep it real with you, G. That's pretty awesome, actually. I don't know how trustworthy these probably cheap as they could possibly be condoms are. I don't really know anything about, production of condoms. Maybe these are actually, really well... not maintained, that's the wrong word. Maybe these are a really good brand, but they're bought in bulk, kind of like a generic brand. I don't know. Kind of cool that they do this. I think that's appreciated. It's not that hard, fellas. Wrap it the up. No, it's not. Don't argue with me. It's not hard. It's not gonna make it any less fun. Do not be that dude. My buddy's 1960s lawnmower has a cigarette lighter. Oh, the 60s. That's actually really goddamn funny. That is a beautiful sign of the times. Hubby's gonna go out and mow the lawn while smoking 14 different cigarettes. This metal I was cutting turned magnetic. There's gotta be a scientific explanation for this one, folks. I'm sure it's incredibly brain dead, stupid, and simple and easy and all that fun stuff. I don't know. Why don't you explain things to me for once, please? Why don't you guys tell me? Okay, you guys actually tell me everything all the time, forever, everywhere, all at once. Hang on, I need some more Pepsi. Hold on. Oh, that is good. Whew, that is delightful. Sorry, anyway. That is an interesting phenomenon. Was the metal already magnetic, but covered or coated in something that prevented it from being magnetic? I don't know. My pinky toe has turned sideways over the years. I feel like that's actually way more normal than any of us would assume. I mean, mine are kind of going that direction now, which is weird to think about, but yeah, it's odd. Doesn't hurt or anything. It just, I guess it happens. I opened my frozen pizza to find 2 stuck together. Now that right there is some luck God couldn't give you. No mystical, supernatural force in the universe or outside of it could give you luck that good. You might have to do something crazy. Buy a lottery ticket, anything. See if getting 2 pizzas for the price of 1 in there is enough to change your life. Ride this lightning bolt, my friend. You're never gonna get another one anywhere close to this. Pokemon card I found in a cheap hack. Okay, so we've got Thanos and Mewtwo, the tag team. Come on, there's gotta be something silly written on here, right? Let's see, Soul Gem, move an opponent's bench Pokemon and all the cards attached to it to the Lost Zone. I don't know what the Lost Zone is. Your opponent takes 1 prize card. Titan Crush, draw 1 card. If it has blah, 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 does more damage. That's really weird. I want this card. I don't do Pokemon cards at all. I only did briefly when I was a kid, but this, I don't give a shit if it's fake. That's cool as hell, man. You can't sit there and tell me that ain't the coolest Pokemon card ever made. I have messed up iris on my right eye. Not safe for work, just in case. So is it like a different shape? Oh, wow. That's not at all what I was expecting. How does that affect your sight? Not having an iris, like most of an iris. I would assume you've got really poor f***ed up vision, or no vision at all. Maybe you have absolutely none. I don't actually know what the purpose of the iris is in the eye other than to allow more or less light in at any given moment, I guess? I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Was that due to an accident? I'm asking you like you're here. You're not. Photo taken almost a couple weeks ago and slightly cropped and edited with my phone due to lack of image contrast, excuse me. The muscle degradation was due to a localized fever and inflammation on the right side of my head, which I didn't realize I had. A generic virus gone awry. Like having a winning lottery to a shitty health condition. All I had was slightly increased migraines for a period of time, and the actual fever didn't go through the whole body, so checking temperature the usual way didn't catch anything. And since this was early 2020, going to the doctor unless you had an emergency was a no-no. My right iris was discovered to have a slightly abnormal shape back in 2019, but it was a minor issue back then with no apparent cause. Cue 2 to 3 years of leaving it alone to get worse without me knowing, and it becomes an iris muscle degradation that slowly tears itself apart. In the near future, I hope, I might get a fake iris implanted to improve my vision and quality of life. Had multiple local and overseas checkups since, and sadly, it's still degrading, albeit slowly. As crazy as it looks, my lens is fine, and as long as I stay away from bright lights and always bring sunglasses when going outside, it's actually okay. Driving at night is kinda okay, but the headlight from the opposing lanes are annoyingly bright and smeary. It's like those 90s wedding filters where you slow-mo the bride and everything glows and blurs with slow rock ballad in the background. Also, not unlike those Korean dramas where they filter up the character scene as the teaser to the next episode. It kind of looks like those old Lomo plastic cameras with light leaks combined with crazy abstract bokeh effects. What sucks is I love 3D and movies and video games. Oh, I see. VR now sucks and causes migraines because the right eye is imbalanced. Movies are too bright to watch in a dark room and crazy strong projector. And the more I spend time on my digital work and hobbies, the more strained and migraines I have. My photography hobby goes away too because I am originally a right eye dominant photographer, so now I don't use my DSLR and just use phone cameras. Maybe I can pick up the hobby again using small mirrorless compacts with screens next time. Anyway, life goes on. Some parts sucky, some parts still cool enough to stay for. Radioactive enriched uranium casually spotted on the highway in the back of a truck. That's a bit of a fucking change from my iris is disappearing. It's radioactive, brother. That you don't see very often. A 5 5-page book of fictional couples from real estate agent ads I made when I was a kid. All right, let's see here. Who do we got? We've got all the couples. Ziggy Biderman, Rita Foster, Mark Hallman, let's see, Edward Milani, Tom Mulvaugh, Jamie Shantz. These are interesting names. Heather Arnott, Betty Grant, Joan Crawford. Some of these sound like actor names. Dan McFadden. For sure. What the hell is this? The towels in my hotel have RFID chips inside them for tracking. Do we really? I mean, I guess if it's a big enough problem and you spend like 20 grand a year on towels, this would be a way to prevent that. But I don't know. I don't get the idea of stealing a towel. Like, towels are like $2. Hell, I've had the same like 5 towels for a decade now. I'm good. They last for. Why the you need to steal this shit? Because, by the way, the ones at the hotel suck. All right? They are abrasive and annoying. This is not to stop people from stealing towels. The company that the hotel uses, or if they have their own internal laundry system, uses them to track them through the washing and cleaning process. Industrial laundries can keep track, deliver the right amount, and bill the hotel for them without having a person counting them manually. They can load their huge washers with the right number of items per load without counting them as well. Well, I didn't think about it that way. I have rings around the pupil of my eyes. You have a lot of rings around the pupil of your eyes. Let's see. Let me count them really quick. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. You're 7 years old? You are an older looking 7-year-old for sure. Remember, that's how you determine a guy's age, is count the rings in his eyes. Doc here. OP, please ignore people telling you this is a disease. These are completely normal rings called contraction furrows that some people have with brown eyes that show more prominently. They are not cholesterol deposits, and they are not copper deposits. Yes, I would like to tell people right now, if you're the type of person that tries to diagnose somebody who posts anything online, even if they're your friend or family member or whatever, don't do that. Don't diagnose people. You're not a doctor. And if you are, maybe do it privately. Let them know that there could be something there, you know? But like that is why so many of us have hypochondria now. I'm a hypochondriac because people just, they make you panic. They're like, oh, wait, you have bubbles in your pee? You know what that means, dude. If you have bubbles in your pee, you know what that means. It means your kidneys are dying, dude. They're shutting down. You're gonna die. Dude, you're gonna die. You need to go to the doctor right now. You're gonna die. Like that. And also, don't Google your symptoms. Don't Google your symptoms, and don't be a dick and try to diagnose people on the internet, please. It messes with them. I cut a healthy-looking onion, which was actually hollow and rotting from the inside. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen an onion rotting before. That's disgusting. I mean, of course it would be. My old scar is dust repellent. Well, that's kind of a cool, unique superpower, though, right? 22 years of sun exposure on a shirt. Folks, wear your goddamn sunscreen. I don't care who you are. Please do it, okay? The sun is a jerk. My friend labels their showers products very blatantly. Face, ass, gray hair only. Okay, I can respect that. I totally get it. You gotta keep the ass and balls and stuff separate from everything else. Medium-sized t-shirts in the US are extra large in Japan, which is pretty goddamn funny, actually. Good lord. I wear larges, sometimes extra larges, because they'll shrink in the wash or dryer or whatever, so good God. I'm like a quintuple XL in Japan, man. Japan isn't the only one with the size thing. I think it's a Asia size thing more than solely a Japan thing. Well, I mean, that makes sense. My hotel soap has holes in it. That's not where I expected them to be. They're designed to use less material so that when the cleaners remove the mostly unused soap from the rooms, it's less waste. I know they can be recycled by certain companies who then donate them to those in need. The stripes on my shoe and sock line up. That's actually really goddamn cool. That's amazing, actually. Whether you plan that or not, I don't care. That's awesome. Had a minor surgery yesterday. Sent me home with Narcan, in addition to my pain meds. Oh, well, I guess Narcan's just handy to have around, especially when, oh my God, oxycodone. I don't with any of that. I don't. I mean, I probably would. Pain sucks ass. This Tim Hortons won't accept $50 or $100 bills, but only after 2 p.m. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't get it. Hair tie in my bathroom looks like a treble clef. That more than looks like one. That is a goddamn treble clef. How the hell did that happen? You're messing with me, dog. Rare albino UPS truck. You know, I swear to God I showed a UPS driver this thing once, and they had no idea either. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's a special truck they send out for new routes or something? Or maybe it's the truck you get assigned to when you're slacking on the job and they want to make fun of you. Ha, no poop colored truck for you, idiot. What can Big Brown do for you? Give you a white truck. My local Walmart has sensory-friendly shopping hours. Same, mine does too. Why can't I talk today? I think mine is like 7 to 9 in the morning, and theirs is 8 to 10. Kind of cool. I appreciate that. I guess if I have to have a sensory-friendly shopping hour, I gotta get my ass up, though.